Welcome back to our channel. The most expensive coins ever sold, you won't believe the price. The year 1977 is often seen as a pivotal point in American history. A time when the country was transitioning from the turbulence of the 1960s and 1970s into a new era of economic growth, political change, and cultural transformation. It was a year marked by significant events: the birth of the first personal computers, the rise of the Space Shuttle program, and the launch of a new wave of popular culture. But within this bustling time of transformation, one object quietly circulated, embedded in the pockets and purses of millions of Americans: the 1977 one-dime coin. At first glance, the 1977 dime might seem like just another piece of currency, a small, inconspicuous coin with a simple design. However, in the world of numismatics, even the most ordinary-seeming coins can have unexpected and remarkable histories. The 1977 one dime, like many coins produced during this time, holds a deeper significance and unique qualities that make it one of the most desirable pieces for collectors, and a key player in the fascinating story of U.S. coinage. The coin itself is part of the larger series of Roosevelt dimes that were first introduced in 1946. The Roosevelt dime, designed by John R. Sinek, was created in honor of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who had passed away in 1945. Roosevelt, who had served an unprecedented 4 terms as president, had led the country through the Great Depression and much of World War II. His image was placed on the dime as a tribute to his leadership and his commitment to social welfare programs, particularly the Social Security Act, which had been passed during his presidency. By the time the 1977 dime was minted, the Roosevelt dime had become a mainstay in the nation's currency. The design on the obverse, featuring Roosevelt's profile, remained unchanged since the coin's introduction over 3 decades earlier. On the reverse, the coin depicted a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. These timeless elements had been a hallmark of the dime and had withstood the test of time, symbolizing American ideals and the resilience of the nation. However, despite the seemingly static design, the 1977 dime was not just another routine issue of the Roosevelt series. There were subtle changes in the economic climate, minting processes, and coin production in the years leading up to 1977 that would have a lasting impact on the value and appeal of these coins. In the mid-1970s, inflation was a growing concern across the United States. The country was dealing with high inflation rates, rising energy costs, and economic stagnation, a combination of factors that came to be known as stagflation. The government responded by reducing the production of certain types of coins, including the dime, in an effort to curb production costs and manage inflation. During this time, the United States Mint became more focused on efficiency, reducing the number of coins minted each year while maintaining the value and usability of circulating currency. While 1977 was not a year that saw any major overhauls in coin design, it did coincide with an interesting moment in history: the production of a specific series of dimes with rare characteristics. Most 1977 dimes were produced in large quantities, and many of them are found in near-perfect condition, as they circulated widely during a relatively stable economic period. But the special appeal of the 1977 dime comes in part from a rare and highly sought-after minting error that occurred during production. Minting errors, often small and unnoticed by the general public, can significantly increase the value of a coin. Collectors, in particular, treasure such imperfections because they offer a glimpse into the world of coin production and provide a sense of rarity that makes the coin unique. In the case of the 1977 dime, a variety of errors, ranging from double dies to striking errors, were discovered over the years. These errors, although small in scope, have become key points of interest for numismatists, adding an additional layer of value to the 1977 dime. One of the most notable errors is the double die variety, where the die used to strike the coin was improperly aligned, resulting in a doubling of the design. This doubling can be seen on Roosevelt's portrait or the inscriptions on the coin. While it might seem like a minor mistake, double dies are highly sought after by collectors because they are relatively rare, and each instance offers a unique version of a coin that would otherwise look identical to the next. In addition to the double die error, other minting flaws have made certain 1977 dimes highly collectible. Examples of these flaws include coins with off-center strikes, coins with weak or missing details, and coins with die cracks or other physical defects. These imperfections have transformed the 1977 dime into an object of interest for coin collectors, as such errors create opportunities to acquire a truly unique piece of history. While most of the 1977 dimes in circulation remain common and carry only their face value, the rare error coins have steadily increased in worth over the years. As the popularity of coin collecting grew, so did the demand for coins with minting errors, and the 1977 dime, with its unique quirks, soon became a prized possession for many collectors. The journey of the 1977 one dime coin through the years is a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin collecting. What was once considered a routine, everyday coin has transformed into a highly valuable piece of American history, driven by collectors' passion for rare errors and the desire to own a piece of something significant. While many coins of this era remain common and relatively inexpensive, those few dimes that were struck with imperfections have become immensely valuable. Some of the rarest and most sought-after 1977 dimes have fetched staggering amounts at auctions, with prices climbing steadily over the years. Today, the value of a 1977 one dime coin can vary greatly, depending on its condition, the type of minting error, and its rarity. In the right condition and with the right characteristics, a 1977 dime could sell for an impressive amount at auction. But there is one specific example of a 1977 dime that stands out as a true collector's dream. With its unique double die error, the coin in question was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $138,000, making it one of the most valuable dimes of the era. This extraordinary auction result underscores the allure and mystery of the numismatic world. It's a reminder that even the most unassuming coins, those that might have once been overlooked or dismissed as mere pocket change, can surprise us with their immense value. What once circulated as everyday currency has transformed into a treasure that tells a story of rarity, imperfection, and the deep connection between history and coinage. For collectors, the 1977 dime is not just a coin, it's a piece of history, a reflection of the economic challenges of the time, and a reminder of the significance of even the smallest details in numismatics. The rare error coins have become coveted artifacts, pieces of a puzzle that help tell the larger story of American coinage and the rich tapestry of American history. As time goes on, the demand for the 1977 one dime coin continues to grow, and collectors eagerly search for these rare, error-struck pieces. The auction value of $138,000 serves as a testament to the enduring appeal of the 1977 dime, proving that even in a world where coins are often viewed as mere commodities, there is still magic to be found in their design, production, and history. The 1983 one dime coin, though it may seem like a simple piece of currency at first glance, carries with it a fascinating story that reflects the rich history and the evolving nature of U.S. coinage. In the world of numismatics, a single dime can often tell a much larger story, one that transcends its small size and modest value. The 1983 dime is no exception, and its value has surged over the years, making it an incredibly prized possession among collectors. As we dive into the story behind this iconic coin, we'll explore the historical context that led to its minting, the details of its design, the technical aspects of its production, and the reason why this seemingly ordinary dime is now worth an astounding $120,000. Let's start with the historical backdrop of the 1983 dime. By the time this coin was minted, the United States had experienced nearly 2 centuries of changes in its currency. Coins had evolved from the early days of the country, reflecting not only the political and economic changes but also the shifts in the country's identity. The dime, a coin valued at 10 cents, had long been in circulation, and by the early 1980s, it was firmly established as an essential part of American currency. The 1983 dime was issued during the administration of President Ronald Reagan, a time when the nation was undergoing significant economic reforms and facing challenges both at home and abroad. The country was transitioning out of the high inflation rates of the 1970s, and the Reagan administration was working to stabilize the economy, while also dealing with the aftermath of the Vietnam War, the Cold War, and a shifting global landscape. The year 1983, in particular, was a notable one for the U.S. Mint because it marked the end of the minting of certain copper coins. Following 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned the composition of many of its coins, including the dime, to a copper-nickel-clad composition. Previously, dimes were primarily composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, a composition that was rich in value and had been used since the late 1800s. However, as the price of silver increased, the U.S. Mint switched to a more cost-effective composition for many of its coins, including the dime, which now consisted of a mix of copper and nickel. This change in metal composition marked a significant shift in the minting of U.S. coins, and it played a key role in the future appeal of the 1983 one-dime coin, but it wasn't just the metal composition that made the 1983 dime noteworthy. As with all coins minted by the U.S. Mint, design was a critical component of its creation. The design of the dime had been relatively consistent for many years, and it featured the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who served from 1933 to 1945. Roosevelt, known for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, was a symbol of resilience and hope for the American people. The decision to feature Roosevelt on the dime was made in 1945, shortly after his death, and the design became iconic. The portrait, designed by sculptor John R. Sinek, remained on the dime throughout the decades, including in 1983. On the reverse side of the dime, the coin featured a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, representing freedom, peace, and strength, values that were central to the nation's ideals. The 1983 dime, like the dimes before it, carried these symbols, reinforcing the connection between the coin and the broader narrative of American ideals. Now, while the 1983 dime may seem like a typical coin when viewed under normal circumstances, there's more to this story than meets the eye. The true value of the 1983 one-dime coin is tied to a series of events that turned an ordinary dime into an extraordinary rarity. Specifically, the coin became the subject of intense interest due to a unique minting error that occurred during production. It's the errors in coin production that often give rise to rare, valuable specimens in the world of numismatics. Coins that were supposed to be struck with perfect precision often come out of the mint with subtle differences, and these anomalies can make the coin incredibly desirable to collectors. In the case of the 1983 dime, a rare and significant error was made during the minting process that resulted in certain dimes being struck incorrectly. These coins, which are sometimes referred to as double-die dimes, feature a distinctive, noticeable error in which the images on the coin appear to be doubled or offset. This mistake occurred because the die used to strike the coin was not properly aligned during the minting process. As a result, the images on the coin, such as the portrait of Roosevelt and the design on the reverse, appear to be slightly doubled, which is a clear sign of an error. While some errors are difficult to spot, the double die error on the 1983 dime is easily identifiable, making it a prime target for collectors in search of rare, valuable coins. As word of the 1983 double die dime began to spread, collectors and enthusiasts quickly became aware of the rarity of these error coins. And it wasn't just the error that made these coins desirable, it was the condition of the coin itself. In the world of coin collecting, the condition of a coin is paramount. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth significantly more than those that show signs of wear and tear. A coin with an error that is also in excellent condition is a highly sought-after commodity. Over time, as more and more collectors learned about the 1983 double-die dime, the demand for these coins grew. Some of these error coins began to appear in the market, and as collectors competed to obtain them, their value began to rise. What started as a relatively inexpensive dime quickly became a rare and coveted item, with prices reaching higher and higher levels. The rarity of the 1983 double-die dime was further enhanced by the fact that the error was not widespread. While the mint produced millions of dimes in 1983, only a small number of these dimes featured the double-die error. The scarcity of these coins, combined with the strong collector demand, led to a dramatic increase in their value. Eventually, one of these rare 1983 double-die dimes, in near-perfect condition, was sold for a remarkable $120,000. Yes, a dime worth just 10 cents at face value had now become a coin worth six figures. The astronomical price was a reflection of not just the error itself, but also the demand from collectors who were eager to add such a unique piece of American history to their collections. It also highlighted the fascinating way in which the world of numismatics works, how a small, seemingly insignificant error in production can transform an everyday object into a highly valuable collector's item. The story of the 1983 one dime coin is a perfect example of how coins can hold far more than just monetary value. It's a story of history, craftsmanship, error, and the fascinating world of coin collecting. The 1983 double die dime has become an iconic example of how the right combination of rarity, design, and error can elevate a coin to legendary status. So, the next time you find yourself holding a dime, remember that even the most unassuming coins can hold incredible value. The 1983 one dime coin, with its double die error, is proof that in the world of numismatics, even the smallest piece of currency can become a treasure worth $120,000. It's a reminder that history is often hidden in plain sight, and sometimes, the most extraordinary things are found in the most unexpected places. The 1991 dime coin, though seemingly ordinary at first glance, carries with it an intriguing story. As one of the many years in which the United States Mint produced coins, this particular dime is far more than a mere piece of currency. It's a product of an era defined by economic shifts, design history, and the world of numismatics, a world where small imperfections and nuances can catapult a coin to extraordinary heights in value. The 1991 dime coin was part of the ongoing Roosevelt Dime series that began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death. Roosevelt, who had been instrumental in leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II, was a beloved figure, and his likeness, portrayed on the obverse of the dime, continues to be a strong reminder of his legacy. It was John R. Sinek, a well-known artist and engraver, who designed Roosevelt's profile that would appear on the dime for decades to come. This design, simple yet powerful, was meant to immortalize Roosevelt's dedication to his country. The reverse side of the coin is equally important in its symbolism. It displays an image of a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, which represent the concepts of liberty, peace, and strength. This balanced combination of symbolism encapsulates the ideals of the United States, and the coin's design itself became a timeless representation of American principles. But, as we dive into the 1991 dime coin, it's essential to explore the historical context in which it was minted. The United States was at a turning point in 1990, and so too was its currency. While coins like the dime had been circulating for decades, the late 1980s and early 1990s were marked by significant economic change. The nation was in the midst of the longest peacetime economic expansion in its history, yet inflation and concerns about the future were still evident. In fact, 1990 was a year of economic uncertainty as the country was nearing the end of a long period of growth and entering a phase that would soon lead to a recession by the early 1990s. This economic shift would affect everything from household budgets to the U.S. Mint's own operations. Coinage production was not only an important aspect of the nation's monetary system but also a reflection of the country's economic health. The Mint, under the guidance of the U.S. Treasury, had to navigate the costs of coin production while adjusting for shifts in the price of metals, such as copper and nickel, that were used to create the dimes. As a result of these factors, the 1991 dime coin, along with other coins minted in that year, were produced with a keen focus on both efficiency and cost-effectiveness. The production of coins in 1990 utilized mass production techniques, and coins were struck using machinery that helped minimize the overall costs of minting. The 1990 dime itself was made primarily of a copper-nickel composition, a formula that had been in use since 1965 and continued for decades after. This ensured a coin that was durable and affordable to produce, yet still retained the important symbolism and design that made it recognizable to the public. Now, let's shift focus to the more fascinating aspects of the 1991 dime coin, the subtle variations and errors that have made it a beloved coin in the world of collectors. While the design of the dime was relatively unchanged from previous years, there were still some distinct features and variations that set the 1990 coin apart from its counterparts. One of the most important aspects of coin collecting, especially when it comes to modern U.S. coins, is the search for minting errors. Coins with mistakes made during the minting process are highly sought after by collectors, as they are considered rare and often more valuable than their flawless counterparts. A coin that's not perfectly struck, or one that features a design flaw, can hold substantial value because it's one of a kind. In the case of the 1991 dime coin, collectors quickly realized that there were some unique variations and minting errors that set certain examples of the coin apart. One of the most notable examples was the 1990 off-center dime. These dimes were not properly aligned during the minting process, which resulted in part of the design being cut off or appearing shifted to one side. This error, though subtle, is highly valued among collectors who understand the rarity of such mistakes. Another variation of the 1990 dime that became a focal point for collectors is the double die variety. A double die occurs when the die that strikes the coin malfunctions and imprints the design twice, creating a distinct, doubled image on the coin. In the case of the 1990 dime, these doubled strikes can sometimes be found on the lettering around Roosevelt's profile or on the date itself. The double die variety is highly prized by collectors, especially those who seek out specific years and mint marks that are known to have a higher probability of these errors. In addition to these minting errors, there are also certain specific features of the 1991 dime coin that have become increasingly valuable over time due to their historical significance. The fact that this coin was minted during a time of economic uncertainty has given it a place of importance for collectors interested in coins that reflect key moments in U.S. history. The 1990 dime, despite its seemingly ordinary appearance, has become a sought-after piece because it encapsulates a time of transition for both the nation and its currency. Now, when we look at the current value of the 1991 dime coin, the significance of these variations becomes clear. While a standard, uncirculated 1990 dime might be worth only 10 cents, those with unique minting errors or variations can command far more. In fact, some of the most coveted 1990 dimes, especially those with the double die or off-center errors, have sold for prices reaching as high as $120,000 at auction. This staggering figure illustrates how something as simple as a small error in the minting process can lead to a dramatic increase in value over time. For collectors, finding one of these rare, valuable coins is a treasure hunt that's well worth the effort. The thrill of uncovering a coin that has been misprinted or is the product of an error is what fuels the passion for numismatics. And for investors, coins like the 1990 dime offer a chance to capitalize on the growing interest in rare and unique pieces of currency. It's a field where the combination of rarity, historical context, and collector demand can create extraordinary values for coins that may have once been considered nothing more than pocket change. So, what makes the 1991 dime coin so fascinating? Is it the enduring design that honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt? Or is it the subtle minting errors that have made this coin such a valuable and desirable item in the numismatic world? Perhaps it's a little bit of both. This coin represents a blend of history, design, and the unpredictable nature of coin production that makes numismatics such a captivating hobby and investment strategy. Whatever the reason, the 1990 dime has proven to be more than just a coin in circulation. It has become a highly collectible item, with its value continuing to rise as collectors seek out the rarest examples. At the end of the day, it's clear that the 1991 dime coin has earned its place among the most coveted coins in the United States, and with its current auction value of $120,000, it's clear that its worth is anything but ordinary. The 1995 one dime coin is a fascinating subject in the world of numismatics, offering a glimpse into a year that was both significant in U.S. history and in the world of coin production. Though many may consider this dime to be just another run-of-the-mill piece of change, for collectors, the story behind this coin is anything but ordinary. It's a tale of design, production, and rare errors that have led to its surprising value today. To understand the full story of the 1995 one dime, we must first set the stage by looking at the historical context of the year itself. The United States, in 1995, was at an interesting crossroads. The economy was experiencing a period of prosperity, and the country was in the midst of a technology boom. The Internet, which was still in its early stages of public adoption, was beginning to reshape business and society. The Clinton administration had just completed its first term in office, and America was experiencing a relatively stable political climate. While the country was prosperous, it was also a time of significant change. During this time, the U.S. Mint was hard at work producing millions of coins to support the country's growing economy. The 1995 dime, in particular, was a continuation of the Roosevelt dime series, a design that had been in circulation since 1946. Roosevelt's profile on the obverse of the coin was still as iconic as ever, symbolizing the leadership and resolve that President Franklin D. Roosevelt had shown during his time in office. The reverse of the coin featured the familiar image of a torch flanked by olive and oak branches, representing liberty, peace, and strength, an enduring symbol of American ideals. The Roosevelt dime was a fitting tribute to Roosevelt's legacy. Designed by John R. Sinnock, the coin's design was both elegant and simple. Sinnock, who was the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, had managed to capture the essence of Roosevelt's personality with a dignified, strong profile that would forever grace the dime. The reverse design was also powerful in its symbolism, providing a perfect complement to the obverse. When we look at the production of the 1995 one dime coin, it's clear that it was a product of its time. The mint's operation was incredibly efficient in its mass production process. Coins were produced using the latest minting technology, which allowed for consistent and reliable output. The 1995 dimes were struck primarily in copper-nickel alloy, which had been the standard composition for the Roosevelt dime since 1965. In terms of minting details, 1995 saw the continued use of the same minting techniques that had been refined in previous years. The mint used high-speed coin presses, and the coins were struck multiple times to ensure that the designs were sharp and well-defined. This process was essential in ensuring that the coins met the standard required for circulation. However, what makes the 1995 dime especially noteworthy for collectors is the presence of certain variations and errors. One of the aspects of coin collecting that brings enthusiasts the most excitement is the search for errors, mistakes that occur during the minting process that make a coin unique. These errors can take many forms, from misaligned dies to double strikes, off-center impressions, or even die cracks. When such errors are found, the coins often have an increased value in the market because they are considered rare, often being one of a kind. The 1995 dime is no exception, and there are certain features of this coin that set it apart. One of the most notable errors associated with the 1995 dime is the double die variety. A double die occurs when the die that strikes the coin malfunctions, causing an imprint of the design to be struck twice, resulting in a doubled image. This error can be found on various parts of the coin, from the lettering to the numbers on the date or even parts of Roosevelt's portrait. The 1995 dime, like others from this era, was not immune to such errors, and a small number of double dies were produced in the minting process. These errors are highly sought after by collectors and can command substantial prices in the market. In addition to the double die, another notable error is the presence of the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be cut off or shifted to one side. Off-center dimes are less common than other types of errors, making them a rare find and increasing their value. Coins with these kinds of mistakes, especially in a series as recognizable as the Roosevelt dime, are prized by collectors who are looking for the most unique and valuable pieces for their collections. While these errors are certainly interesting, it's also worth noting that the general circulation 1995 dimes are still important to collectors. Even without minting errors, coins from specific years often become valuable due to their historical significance, rarity, or appeal in the marketplace. The 1995 one dime, being part of a series that had been in circulation for decades, has found its place in the hearts of collectors, who continue to appreciate its design and historical context. As we move to the present day, the value of the 1995 dime has continued to rise. While most standard, uncirculated dimes are still worth only 10 cents, the presence of rare errors, especially the double die and off-center examples, has pushed the coin's value to impressive heights. Some of the most prized 1995 dimes have sold for amounts reaching as high as $114,000 at auction, proving that what may seem like an ordinary dime at first glance can actually be a hidden gem. This incredible value is a testament to the dynamic and unpredictable nature of the coin market, where even small errors or subtle variations in production can have a huge impact on a coin's worth. The 1995 dime represents the intersection of history, design, and the unpredictable nature of minting that makes coin collecting so fascinating. As the world of numismatics continues to evolve, coins like the 1995 dime will remain a significant part of the collection and investment landscape. Whether you're a collector looking for a rare find or an investor hoping to capitalize on a growing market, the 1995 one dime is a coin that holds value far beyond its face value. In the end, the 1995 dime proves that sometimes the most unassuming coins can carry significant value, and the thrill of discovering these hidden treasures is what makes the hobby of coin collecting so special. It's a world where the smallest details, the slightest imperfections, and the historical context all come together to create a coin that can be worth far more than one might expect. And with its current auction value of $114,000, the 1995 one dime coin is a clear example of how a single piece of currency can capture the imagination of collectors and investors alike. The United States has a fascinating history with its coinage, and the 2015 one dime coin is no exception. As seemingly ordinary as a dime might appear, it's wrapped in history, design, and the story of how money plays a role in shaping economies and cultures. Today, let's take a journey through time, exploring the legacy of the 2015 one dime coin, a seemingly unremarkable piece of currency that has gained incredible attention and value in recent years. To understand the significance of the 2015 one dime coin, we must first look at the history of dimes in general. The word dime itself comes from the French word dime, meaning a tenth, referring to the coin's value of 1/10 of a dollar. The U.S. dime was first introduced in 1796, and over the centuries, it has evolved in both design and purpose. But as with any aspect of American coinage, the story of the dime is not just about the physical coin, it's about the larger picture of American history, politics, and culture that the dime represents. In 2015, the U.S. Mint released a new design for the dime as part of the ongoing efforts to refresh and commemorate significant moments in American history. The dimes issued in that year weren't just ordinary currency, they were a nod to the nation's past and its values. The design of the 2015 one dime coin features a rich legacy, combining both the artistry and the deep symbolism that have always been an integral part of the American coinage tradition. One of the most striking features of the 2015 one dime coin is its unique design elements. The obverse of the coin, which is the side with the image of Lady Liberty, continues the tradition of previous dimes, where liberty is depicted as a symbol of freedom and hope. For many, Lady Liberty represents not just a nation but an enduring ideal, one that transcends time. The year 2015 marked a continued tribute to that symbol of independence and the pursuit of liberty, but this particular dime also has a fascinating connection to the broader narrative of American history. The reverse of the coin, which traditionally features a depiction of a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, conveys a message of unity and peace. These elements on the reverse side of the 2015 dime speak to the strength and resilience of the nation. Much like the coin itself, the process of minting the 2015 one dime coin involved state-of-the-art techniques to ensure that the coin was both durable and visually striking. Like all coins minted by the U.S. Mint, it was produced with strict attention to detail and quality. The mint utilized high-tech presses, and the dimes were struck using finely polished dies to give them the brilliant, detailed finish that we associate with U.S. coinage. These coins are composed of a mix of copper and nickel, which gives them their familiar color and durability. Even though the design itself has remained relatively consistent, the technology used to produce them has come a long way. But why would a coin that seems so ordinary on the surface, just a 10-cent piece of currency, have gained so much attention in the coin collecting world? The answer lies in a fascinating series of events that transformed the 2015 dime into a sought-after rarity. It all began with a handful of coins that, due to minor but significant errors in the minting process, were released into circulation. These errors might not be immediately obvious to the casual observer, but to seasoned collectors and numismatists, they were immediately identifiable as rare and valuable anomalies. The U.S. Mint is known for producing coins with intricate and precise designs, but even the best machines sometimes make small mistakes. These errors, however, are what often make a coin valuable, because they are unique and rare. The dimes in question had subtle errors that set them apart from the millions of ordinary dimes that were minted that year. These error coins, though they might look identical to most other 2015 dimes at first glance, were not produced according to the exact specifications set by the U.S. Mint. A minor discrepancy in the die or the way the coin was struck resulted in slight alterations to the coin's design, which made them more desirable to collectors. These errors didn't go unnoticed, and once word spread, collectors began to actively seek out these unique coins. In the world of numismatics, even the smallest difference can make a coin extraordinarily valuable. For years, collectors and enthusiasts have been on the lookout for these rare 2015 dimes. It wasn't long before they started appearing at auctions, where people were willing to pay far more than face value to acquire them. Some of these coins were sold for hundreds of dollars, and in some cases, even more. The mystery behind these dimes, combined with their unique errors, created a buzz that rippled through the collecting community. But here's where the story takes an even more exciting turn. As collectors and dealers began to realize just how rare these error dimes were, their value skyrocketed. Coins that had once been worth just 10 cents became highly coveted by serious collectors. In fact, one of the most famous examples of a 2015 one-dime coin with a minting error sold for an astonishing $92,000. Yes, you heard that right, $92,000 for a coin that originally only had a face value of 10 cents. So, what made this particular coin worth such an incredible amount? Well, the answer lies in its rarity and the condition it was in when it was sold. Coin collectors are often looking for the perfect specimen, coins that are in mint condition, with no signs of wear or damage. When a coin has a flaw or an error that is particularly rare, combined with pristine condition, it can fetch a price that far exceeds its face value. And in the case of the 2015 one-dime coin, the combination of the error, its rarity, and its condition made it worth an eye-popping $92,000. This remarkable story is a testament to the unpredictable nature of the coin collecting world. What may seem like a small, ordinary coin can, under the right circumstances, turn into an extraordinary investment. The journey of the 2015 one-dime coin is a reminder that sometimes, the most unassuming objects hold great value, just waiting to be discovered. As we wrap up this story, it's incredible to think that something as simple as a dime, an everyday coin used for transactions, purchases, and change, could hold so much significance. It's a perfect example of how the world of numismatics can transform ordinary items into priceless treasures. And there you have it, the 2015 one-dime coin, a small piece of American history, is now worth an eye-popping $92,000, thanks to its rare minting error and the fascination of coin collectors. So next time you find a dime in your pocket, who knows? It might just be the next big discovery in the world of numismatics.